So how's it been going this week, Desmond?
Um, a little bit, somewhat of a struggle.
Okay.
Still having some problems, my wife and I.
Mhm.
Like I told you last week, we was talking about there was some change in the administration, management at my job. Still haven't heard anything yet.
Okay. Okay. Any other stressors that been going on that's been
Uh,
happening?
Besides that, and with my wife, that's pretty much about it.
Okay. Um, so last week, we did talk about a couple of things. I know you said you smoked a lot more, and we identified a couple of things that you could have done. You could do some new strategies that may help you. One of them was just using family time. Whenever you're feeling stressed, you mentioned like going outside with your boys,
Mm-hmm.
going on rides with them and things like that. We actually implemented a schedule. How did that work? If you used it at all?
Um, I didn't. Yeah, I guess because of the time, it was just I didn't have a chance to really do it.
Okay.
By the time I got home, I was just tired
Mm-hmm.
and just frustrated and just felt like being by myself.
Okay.
You know.
You feel like you're being by yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know you mentioned that that those things do kind of help you with stress.
Mm-hmm.
So on one hand, you're saying that those activities help you with stress.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, your behavior is showing, whenever you are stressed, you tend to kind of, shut down a little bit. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You have any idea, maybe why you feel like that?
I think sometimes when I'm by myself, I can just process things better.
Okay.
Sometimes I just don't feel like being bothered. I don't want to be, quickly agitated by nobody.
Mm-hmm.
So it's best for me just to be by myself.
Gotcha. Okay. So when when you are by yourself, do you notice your stress level? Is it really affecting your stress levels long term?
Not really, because sometimes I can just relax, and just like get my thoughts together.
Right, and that relaxation, it provides what seems to be like just a momentary relief from all the stress you're having. But as soon as that's over, the stress kind of comes back, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what seems to be holding you back just from embracing some of the activities that we talked about?
I think just start doing it. To be honest, and a lot of times it is depends on what happens at work. If I'm working longer, all I want to do is just go home and just relax. Or when a situation happens, if my wife triggers, she make me upset.
Right.
I just have to, I just automatically, as opposed to just getting in an argument, I just go with myself.
So that seems like kind of something you do, like a safe thing for you.
Yeah, it helped out sometimes.
Okay, gotcha. And like you mentioned last week you smoked a little bit more. How did that happen? How did that go this week as far as your smoking?
I still, I didn't smoke as much, but I did smoke, a couple of days,
When you say a couple of days, how many days? Is it 2? Is it
probably about
4?
3. Probably about 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
3 days. So that's a reduction from last week.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel like your stress level went down, or
when I smoke? Yeah.
Well, your overall stress from this week to the previous week in comparison?
Probably just a little bit. I just think so much was going on. I just didn't really have time to deal with the stress like I wanted to. I just, working extra hours and stuff like that, and by the time I come home, I just want to sometimes just go to sleep.
Okay. So I think what I'm hearing a little bit is that you still had stress, but you were just so tired, you just didn't have enough time to deal with it. Is that about right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so you smoked 3 days this week, and one of the things we talked about was last week was using a journal and writing in that journal log every time you smoked, and kind of like detailing some of the circumstances around you smoking, kind of like to help us kind of get a better idea, what maybe triggering you to smoke or just some things like that. So did you use that?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't. I think I will. I'm just not good with writing.
Okay.
I'm more like talking it out more than writing it.
Okay, so maybe do you have the voice to text app on your phone. Maybe you can use like a voice recorder, and that may be even simpler than writing it down.
Okay.
You can just save it, and maybe we could talk about it next week as far as like if you're still up to doing it.
Yeah.
Would that be something you want to do?
Yeah, I think that'd be a good option.
Okay, that's something that we can definitely try to work on. So some of the stresses this week, still the job. You say you haven't heard from anybody at the job.
No.
Okay.
No, I still haven't. I mean, it's just the uncertainty. Not knowing, if they're going to keep me on, or who the next, how does new management, what changes are they going to make,
Right.
So.
Yes, and it seems like, like in the past weeks, and even still, uncertainty is just a big thing for you as far as like kind of a trigger for you.
Yeah.
The uncertainty of things.
Yeah.
And you say, have you even attempted to talk to anybody about some of the changes that are being made at work?
No, I didn't, I mean, me and some co-workers, we talk, but no one like in management or nothing like that. Never did talk with them.
Is it, why you, is it maybe you're uncomfortable talking to them, or what is it?
I don't know. I I guess decided to let them just do their thing and just deal with it when it comes,
Okay.
Yeah.
So how are you prepared to handle any decision that they make?
I don't know how to,
Okay.
You talk about being there for so long and
yeah.
all of a sudden you no longer working there,
Right. I understand.
Yeah.
You've been there for a long time, and
yeah.
uncertainty, change is something that, it can bring a little bit of, nervousness to anybody.
Yeah.
Especially when you've been doing something for so long.
Yeah.
Now the uncertainty of what's next, kind of,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Gotcha. What about as far as your family and everything, has been going on? You say you had some stress with your wife a little bit. Was it more so about the job, or was it?
She just nags all the time.
Okay.
It's just something she does, isn't it? I mean.
So when you say nag, what kind of elaborate?
Like never happy.
Never happy?
Yeah. It could be anything. If it's too hot, too cold.
Right. So
didn't take the trash out, didn't cut the grass. It can be anything.
So this week, what were some of the things that made her unhappy? That kind of got her, in some conflict with you.
I didn't feel like cutting the grass when she wanted me to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when it started right there.
The cutting the grass.
Yeah.
Okay, so it escalated into what? What was your response and things like that to it?
We started yelling, fussing and stuff like that. I told her to cut it when I feel like it.
Right. So how did you resolve that situation with her?
We never did.
Okay, so did the grass get cut, or
when I felt like doing it?
Okay, so what day did you actually cut it? Well, what day did you argue? What day did it start?
That was on a weekend.
Okay, so last weekend.
Yeah.
And what day did you actually cut the grass?
Yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it more of a, I'm going to do what I want to do just to get back at her, or was it,
Probably a part of that, and that she was just getting on my nerves, and it was hot outside at that particular time. Okay. I had worked all week. I just wanted to go home and just relax.
Okay.
So
it was like a way of your, your way of solving that conflict was just to kind of like avoid it and get around to it whenever you get around to it. That kind of sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With that, so did that trigger you into smoking or anything, or what?
Yeah, because she just kept it on. I just took a ride and then I did smoke.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And how did that make you feel afterwards?
After the smoking? Yeah. I felt good.
Good. Okay. But when you got back, with the wife, because you said you just did it, so it's about 5 days in between the argument and cutting the grass.
Mm-hmm.
How did you guys kind of interact with each other during that week? Was it contentious, or?
It was, some tension was there, but I mean, I just moved on with it.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't say nothing else about it. I didn't say nothing else about it.
Okay, so you kind of put it in the back burner a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like a little bit maybe, this is going on a lot as far as the stress with you and your wife? Is it more so, how frequently do you think it's going on? Better way to put it.
It depends, what if the moon is full,
right?
What day of the week it is, Like I said, we've been together for a long time. I think we just both get on each other's nerves.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's understandable. Understandable. With that going on, I mean, I know like that was one of the things we talked about earlier, just some family stressors. Was there any other stresses that was going on with you?
Just with the job.
The job and family. Okay, gotcha. Just job and family. And we talked about some other things in the past too. Just kind of bringing those up. We talked about you talking to your brother as far as like having a stronger support. Did you ever get to talk to him? Just about
Talk,
your
we talked
issues.
briefly. You know, he just told me I can call up anytime I want to.
Okay, well that's
Yeah.
good. You know, I want to definitely
Yeah.
acknowledge that for you. That was a good
Uh-huh.
job of you finding a support system because
Yeah.
sometimes what it seems like a little bit, maybe from tell me how this right, like you kind of feel like you're alone a little bit with this, and you don't have anyone you can kind of depend on.
Probably because I've been doing things on my own for so long, and I'm just used to, if I have a problem, I just deal with it the best way I can.
Right.
So I won't say that I'm alone, and I'm just so used to doing things by myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Gotcha. Do you feel comfortable asking, others,
I feel comfortable asking my brother. Yeah, because we've talked about things in the past.
Okay. Gotcha. So I mean, and like I said, that was a good job of just identifying that support system and reaching out to him and kind of letting him know the situation. How did he respond? Well, he did. He said he responded by letting you know that you guys could talk.
Yeah.
Without marijuana use, or
that's gonna be the hard one. But I talked with him about my stance and what I have to do and stuff like that, so he supports that.
Okay.
But if he light one up, that's probably gonna be kind of hard for me to just resist it.
Okay. So in a situation like, let's go back to with the wife. What was going on with your wife this week? Do you think that would have been a good time to maybe contact your brother?
But he don't like to get into my marriage.
Okay. So that's something.
But he'll listen. If I wanted to call him and talk to him, he would listen.
Okay.
But he just doesn't like to get into like my marriage and stuff like that.
So maybe instead of talking about your marriage, you could just talk about you're just stressed out a little bit. Just kind of vent some frustration without being specific about what's going on with the marriage.
Yeah.
Would that be something that maybe we could do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it seems like if I can just summarize a little bit of this situation, sometimes you have a little bit of stress with the wife, and that can kind of take some days. And your response to that is usually to smoke, as kind of like a cope with it and kind of deal with her nagging you, as you say. But you think you've identified a source of support as your brother, and that could be someone that you could definitely reach out to and kind of discuss some things with without being specific. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is just encourage you to kind of continue rely on that support and develop that support and make it stronger. It's almost like thinking about it like a house almost. Some of these things are like foundations. You can't do it by yourself. You're just gonna keep building on until it becomes what you want. So initially it may seem a little hard to talk to him about it, but I think the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll be with it. And that support will be strong and solid without the use of marijuana. I know you said that would be hard, but I think that something that you could definitely do. Because what I've noticed, you really have a good idea of what you want to do and what you can do, and you just need to go ahead and try to attack it. And just
that's true.
Be more aggressive with it.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah. So how are the kids this week as far as I know you say
my kids are pretty good. They're always active. They're involved in sports and everything. They just stay busy. They're really good kids. They do well in school. They're in summer camp now. But they're doing good.
Gotcha. And I know, like you said, you didn't use that family time as a stress reliever, but did you do any family activities at all this week with them?
No, I didn't have a time. Yeah, I didn't have the chance because a few days I worked like 15 or 16 hours.
Okay.
So by the time I came home, I just took a shower, just went to sleep. Yeah.
Okay.
And just got ready for the next morning. Yeah.
And your general mood, how would you kind of
during that week?
Yeah, for the week, your general mood. Would it be more good days and bad days, or?
Probably half and half, because it was still in my mind, the back of my head of what if, with my job. So.
Yeah. Okay. So what were, like, on the good days, what were some things that you can identify that happened and kind of made those days good?
Things going good at work, seeing my kids smile or whatever like that, that makes me happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So those are still some good things. And like, we mentioned the smoking again. How big does it, in your mind, is it much of a fear that, hey, maybe they come up with a random drug test? And
that's always in my back of my head.
Yeah.
Why take this chance? But I'm not a big drinker.
Yeah.
So I drink occasionally, but that's not something I do all the time.
Gotcha.
And so I'll be looking for something immediate that's gonna help me feel good at that time.
So you looking for something like an instant thing to make you feel good at that time, and that's usually marijuana.
Yeah.
Okay. And despite the fact that that if you get drug tested, you're probably gonna fail it. That's kind of okay.
Yeah.
So what being that you know the risk of, you know, the drug test, what keeps you smoking? Like what?
Like I said, it's just something that's easy, is accessible.
It's easily accessible.
Yeah, I mean, and it's gonna help me calm down immediately.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it clears my head.
Yeah.
Help me to relax.
Mm-hmm.
You know, help me get focused.
Right.
I know it's not right, you know, for my job and stuff like that, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to find ways to do things differently.
Right. So
Yeah.
sounds like you know what you're doing. The marijuana use is wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to change,
Mm-hmm.
and you know you're looking for new ways to kind of cope with some of your
Mm-hmm.
stresses. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just with the smoking, I mean, those 3 times, and it's just would you say it's an issue, or I mean, you said in the past it's a dependency. You still think that, or?
I think it's somewhat, you know, it is. I mean, I think somewhat it is because that's something I just enjoy doing. You
Mm-hmm.
know, even like socially.
Yeah.
Most of my friends smoke.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know, just you know,
Gotcha.
yeah.
And you know, you say it's a coping thing for you, but do you think it could be anything deeper? Maybe maybe help you deal with some other issues. Maybe?
I think so.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
what are some of the, if you can identify, a couple of things, what are, some of the issues that may smoking help you deal with?
It helps me to really concentrate.
Okay, so
Sometimes
concentration.
I have these like racing thoughts, and it helps me just to get focused.
Okay.
Um,
Helps you with your focus.
yeah. If I'm having a bad day, it just helps me to relax, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and it changes my moods.
So it's like a focus type of thing, and
Uh-huh.
a relaxed thing helps you with your mood.
Uh-huh.
Now, have you, in your younger days or any other time in your life, been diagnosed with anything maybe? Like ADHD or, PTSD?
Yeah, when I was young, I was diagnosed with ADHD.
Okay.
You know, I had to be maybe 9 or 10,
Okay.
and I stayed on the medication for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and I just stopped taking it. I stopped taking it when I was like a teenager.
Okay. What made you stop taking it? Was it a personal choice, or was it your parents, or what?
My mom said she didn't think I needed it no more because I was doing good in school.
Mm-hmm.
So just stopped.
Now, if you can remember that far back, how were you after taking it, as opposed to while you were on it, or you were taking the medicine?
I know it was a difference though, because I remember me doing really good in school when I started. Because at first I used to just always get in trouble at school.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be hard for me to concentrate.
Okay.
And then when I started taking it, I started doing good in school.
Right.
I was focused. I was not getting in trouble or anything like that. Even as an adult, my doctor told me. I told him about it. He asked me did I want to try the thing. I told him sometimes it's kind of hard for me to focus and stuff. And,
Yeah.
he suggested, if I wanted to try, get back on medication as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him no.
Okay.
Yeah.
So right now you're not open to trying that medication again, or?
I don't know. It's a possibility, I'll probably talk with him and see, what medication it is out there that probably can help me, with the focus part.
Right, because that could be definitely something that could help you with like you said, the focus part.
Yeah.
And that could replace the marijuana use for you.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be something that might want to try. So right now you're open to discussing that with your doctor, maybe some ADHD medication.
I'll talk with him. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this week we kind of came up with a couple of ideas again. We identified your brother as somebody you may want to talk to again,
Mm-hmm.
For some more support as far as with your stress.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing we talked about is maybe going to see your doctor for some ADHD
Mm-hmm.
treatment options, medication options to replace the marijuana use as well. Now I know you said the boys are at camp. Possibly, still trying to, use that family time with the kids, help you, because it kind of helps you. It seems like it helps you with your mood as well.
It does.
Puts you in a good space.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll try the family time as well. Now we're gonna scratch the journal entry with the writing,
Okay.
and let's go ahead and try to, this week, use your voice recorder
Okay.
to talk about it. If you do smoke, I'm gonna say,
Okay.
because I want to make it sound you have to smoke.
Gotcha. Okay.
As some stress relievers. So it seems like we're doing, you're doing a really good job, Desmond. Identifying some things and building on some of the techniques and some things that you're comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
So I really want to encourage you to continue to do that and identify, use some of these stress relieving tactics to replace the marijuana use. I think that you're more than capable of doing that. And then we'll talk next week about some things that was going on this week, and hopefully we'll come up with some more ideas and hopefully see some more progress. Okay.
Good.
All right.